Hello and welcome to this introductory course into the mystery of sound. I'm Neil Christie and I'll be your guide through the beautiful harmonious interplay of your consciousness with sound. And not only your consciousness, but in fact beginning to understand the benefits of being a conscious vessel for sound and also a conscious communicator with sound, a weaver of sound. I'm the managing director and principal tutor for the Holistic College, and our Holistic Sound Practitioner course, which runs all year round, is deep and transformative journey with sound. It's so enjoyable. It's about discovering bliss. It's about discovering your ecstasy with sound and enhancing that. Once you work with vibration and work with sound and understand the secrets and the mystery of sound, then you become a master of your own reality. You become able to work with your intention, to work with your shaping of your own reality. Sound is vibration, and vibration is everything. Vibration exists within everything. Vibration attracts, and vibration radiates through everything. So, as you journey through sound and you work with the mystery and the mystic of sound, you become to understand that sound itself is more than you think it ever was. Sound includes all vibration, and sound includes also silence and the concept of, in fact, the quiet silence which permeates through everything. Silence, of course, being the primal portal and void of creation from which all things emanate. So we're going to discuss a little bit the topic of sound healing. And to go through the topic of sound healing, we want to first of all take a thought about what it is that sound actually is. So sound is something that we receive and something that is also transmitted. As a receiver of sound, we, or whatever receives the sound, whatever receives the vibration, is working with its own way of perceiving the sound. For example, we perceive and accept and receive sound with our ears, but we also receive and perceive sound with our other senses. So there are times when we can see sound vibrations moving. There are times when we can feel them physically through our body. And there are also times when we can sense with our extrasensory perception the sound which is moving around, through, and for us. If you pause very quietly and go into a search for silence, you will find that there is constantly an eternal sound. And the ancient sages and wise teachers from many traditions say that this is the sound which created everything. The sound of pure divinity and the sound which is linked to a concept of God or the highest being. Many places will give this sound or logos a word, and a common one is Om. Om representing the beginning, the middle, and the end, the creator, the preserver, and the transformer, an eternal cycle which is never ending. And the chant of the sound Om is also used sacredly to represent this eternal vibration. Healing itself is another concept which is widely debated and discussed. Healing includes and incorporates the thought of making whole, resolving, making better, perfecting, moving forward, breaking down resistance, encouraging and embracing change, being unlimited, overcoming resistances, accepting, forgiving. Healing is a beautiful and multifaceted journey, and healing can become whatever you want it to mean for you. Healing with sound is also an incredible way to understand the fact that our human psyche, our emotional body, our astral body, and our energetic bodies all combine and mix with sound as it's created for us and around us. For example, the sound of a singing bowl is an ancient sound which has been produced from these instruments for historically centuries. And the sound itself is a pure sound which sounds and resonates in its own experiential harmony and divine harmony. The instruments that we use are created to produce a balanced and equal sound, a harmonious sound, a perfection sound, which in turn merges with our own vibration or the vibration of anything. And once it merges, a process of healing and entrainment happens. The sounds from a singing bowl have been used to create and bring around mystery, wonder, connection to the divine, and also profound healing. And in understanding sound and vibration, we also can feel into the fact that that vibration which is produced and that we can perceive and receive by hearing can also be translated and transmitted into seeing the vibration of all things and everything. Anything which has a spirit has a vibration. Anything which has a life or a form has itself a vibration. Looking into particle physics, you will know that all objects and all solid matter is vibrating in order to bring itself into density. You can feel vibrations. You can also sense and see that just by boiling water, you change the vibration and the frequency of the water into higher and higher and higher vibrations until the water evaporates and becomes steam. Steam itself then is a new matter, a new form which raises and moves into becoming more and more of a high frequency and eventually becomes vapor. And vapor becomes smaller and smaller until it once again gathers its momentum and becomes heavier and heavier once again when the steam turns back into water. The vibration is raising, and the vibration is lowering, and as the lower vibration comes into water, as it reduces its vibration, it becomes more tangible, more tactile, more solid, and you're able to touch and feel the water. And that is the same law and principle for all matter. All matter has vibration, and therefore everything in the universe is vibration. If we take a look through a book on the universe and we just have a look at some of the nebulas which exist, these all are vibrations, vibratory forces which have gathered momentum and are radiating their essence and their pulse of magnetism and their pulse of radiation also moving through star systems. We notice that there is a single central vibratory pulse for all of these star systems, and all of the star systems have their star at the center, which is a pulsating, transforming force which is creating a vibration all around it. As with the universe and the planet has a vibration and a frequency, so too does our human body. Our human body is variable in its vibration. Our humanness can vibrate at an incredibly high range and frequency, and it can also vibrate at an incredibly low frequency, both at the same time. For us to be solid, we have to have our low frequencies working with us, and we can work with low frequencies by finding and choosing low sounds from low sounding instruments, which will work on the lower density vibrations of the self. Choosing higher vibrations will work on those parts of ourselves which are closer to the etheric nature being the lighter and higher vibrations of the self. And so in sound healing, we aim to use a mixture of all of those things. Vibration itself has been analysed and has been worked with scientifically to include three things. It includes a volume and amplitude. So a vibration, a line of vibration is a curve. The higher the curve, the louder the sound. So a high amplitude has a high curve to it, a highly variable curve, okay? The second part of that is the frequency. So the time in which it takes for that curve to complete one circuit is the frequency. Now a higher frequency has a higher sound to it, a high note. This frequency would begin as quite a high and close together sound, and as it gets quieter, the frequency stays the same, but the height and the depth of that note is in fact reducing itself. And then we also have the duration of the note, the length of time that the note remains and lasts. So there we have the three principal foundational markings of vibration. And so the significance of this vibration for our bodies, there is chakra theory, which is a theory or a map or a guide for the body, which would say that each part of our body has a different vibration, and each energy of ourself includes a different vibration. And with that, we're actually looking at our 7 chakra points. So there are 7 points of vibration traditionally and basically which have been worked with. Those do expand into many more parts of energetic movements. The 7 principal parts are the root of the body, the sacral area of the body, the solar plexus area of the body, the heart center of the body, the throat center, the third eye center of the body, and the crown of the body. And each of these particular areas has a different energetic imprint for the self and for the life of the human being who is carrying it around. And we can all just take a moment to focus on the vibration that we are transmitting a lot of the time, and where we're able to show that vibration in its glory, and perhaps sometimes where we are hiding that vibration, where we are perhaps reducing the amplitude of that vibration and sometimes increasing the amplitude of that vibration. Sometimes are we giving out a low frequency of that vibration, or are we reducing that frequency to create a higher frequency to give out to people? We work and manage our vibrations in so many ways, and obviously we can come into a room and begin to transmit that vibration, and we can close down that vibration just as quickly as we set it up. So the length and the duration of the vibration is also included in our day-to-day life. So we're going to do some experiential exercises right now with sound. And first of all, I would just like you to breathe gently through the nose. Sit comfortably and rest yourself in the chair or in the position that you're in. Notice your shoulders begin to drop and relaxation begin to move through the body in various different points. I'd like you to go within with your hearing. First of all, noticing the sounds around you, the sounds of nature or the sounds of the room, the sounds of your surroundings. I'd like you to search for a silent moment. And perhaps you can take that search for silence within the self, inside the body. Search for the source, the starting point of sound. And as you search for the starting point of that sound, I'd like you to receive the sound and the journey that comes from the sound of this gong. And as you return from your journey with the sound today, I'd like you to remember this curiosity and this inquisity that you've held and that you've worked with during your journey with the sound today, and carry that with you. So perhaps you may like to go out into nature or even into city life and notice the sounds and the vibrations that you hear around you. Waking up early at 4 o'clock, listening to the sound of the earth and the world before all of the hustle and bustle awakens, tuning into the frequencies and delving closer and closer to the source of sound. I'd like to recite to you a poem that I'd written as a part of my journey with sound and the mystery of sound. That which you seek blossoms, not in the straightness of lines, but in the pattern of life. How is it I could wrong you so that you overlook my miracle in search of an answer? You try me by the name of God, of love, of truth, but I am above the naming of all things. Your names create war, beget suffering, inflict pain, raise fear and harbour death. Mine is not a name. It is word. And so today we've covered the meaning of healing and of sound and the basic principles of sound and healing, and we've taken a journey into the source of sound, and I've invited you to continue to take this curiosity with you through into your everyday life, and I look forward to seeing you in part 2. Part 2, we have the intention of working with intention itself, adding intention into the vibrations that we create and that we emanate and transmit. May you be safe and well, may you be free from suffering, may you be happy, at peace, and may all beings receive infinite, unconditional love.